What if I told you that thousands of software developers in India feel more stuck after 5 years? Sounds strange, right? You start your career full of excitement. New job, new laptop, first salary. But a few years later, something changes. The learning slows down. Work starts feeling repetitive, and promotions somehow keep going to someone else. You're working harder than ever, yet your salary feels like it's not enough. And here's the scary part. Most developers don't even realize why this happens. And that's just the start. There's a mistake most developers make that makes it even harder to grow, and almost no one talks about it. Let's talk about someone you probably know. Maybe a colleague, maybe a friend, or maybe it's you. You start your career as a junior developer. The first few years are exciting. Everything is new. You learn tools, you fix bugs, you deploy code, managers appreciate your work. Life feels like it's moving forward. Then suddenly, something strange happens. Years pass, and one day you realize you're still doing almost the same type of work. Same Jira tickets, same bug fixes, same production issues. Meanwhile, someone who joined with you is now a tech lead. Another person switched companies and doubled their salary. And you start wondering quietly, am I doing something wrong? If this feels familiar, don't worry, because this situation is far more common than you think. But the real reasons are not what most people expect, and the first reason might surprise you. The first trap many developers fall into is comfort, not laziness. Comfort. You learn a tech stack, maybe Java, and you become good at it. So naturally, you keep doing the same thing. Your manager trusts you, your team depends on you, and slowly, without realizing it, your career becomes a routine instead of a growth journey. You're solving problems, but they're the same type of problems every year. And this comfort zone is incredibly dangerous, because in tech, standing still actually means falling behind. But this is only one part of the story. The second reason is something most developers completely ignore. Many developers focus only on doing their job well. But the market rewards something different. It rewards high-impact skills. For example, a developer fixing bugs every day might be extremely hardworking, but another developer learning cloud architecture, system design, or AI tools suddenly becomes far more valuable. Not because they work harder, but because their skills influence bigger decisions. Think about it. Who usually grows faster in the industry? The person who completes tasks, or the person who understands how the entire system works? Exactly. And here's a quick question for you. When was the last time you learned something that scared you a little? If the answer is a long time ago, that might be a signal. There's another reason developers feel stuck, and this one is psychological. After a few years in IT, something subtle starts happening. Developers stop taking risks. They avoid switching companies. They hesitate to apply for bigger roles. They think, maybe I'm not ready yet. Maybe others know more. And slowly, confidence begins to shrink. Ironically, this happens exactly when they are experienced enough to grow faster. So they stay in the same role, same salary band, same comfort zone. Not because they lack talent, but because they underestimate their own potential. But here's the good news. Breaking out of this cycle is much simpler than most people think. Let's talk about how. The first thing that changes everything is intentional learning. Not random tutorials, but focused skills that increase your career leverage. Things like system design thinking, cloud architecture, AI-assisted development, or understanding how products scale. Another powerful shift is changing how you approach work. Instead of just solving assigned tasks, start asking bigger questions. Why does this system exist? How can it be improved? What problems might appear in the future? Developers who ask these questions naturally become leaders. And finally, stop waiting for confidence to arrive before taking action. Confidence rarely comes first. It usually comes after you try something uncomfortable. Switching roles, learning new tools, taking ownership. That's how careers accelerate.
Here's something important to remember.
Feeling stuck in your career does not mean you're failing. Sometimes it simply means you've outgrown your current environment. Every successful developer goes through this phase. The difference is what they do next. Some people stay comfortable. Others use that frustration as fuel for growth, and often that decision changes the entire trajectory of their career. And if this video helped you see your career from a new perspective, wait for the next video on how a developer in India went from 6 LPA to 50 LPA in just a few years.